So we're back. This is video part 2. We're going to start working on installation. So we removed our OEM radio, and now we're going to install. We already put the faceplate on for Roguelite, and let's see how this works. Everybody bear with me, I'm kind of one-handed here. And that is it. So let's look at fitment. It's not screwed, not yet. Looks nice. I've heard some of the criticism that it's a faded black or a denim black. I don't see how that's a game stopper whatsoever. But fitment is good. It sits right there, nice and neat. Space is the same. Actually, it fits. Once adjusted there, it's actually really tight. I take that back. So now that I got the holes in place, she's actually tighter on the face up front. Interesting. So let's turn her on and let's see what we got. So we got nothing connected. We're doing an upgrade on this bike. 4-speaker setup with chades and Diamond Audio tweeters. We'll be cutting the tweeters, put it down here. All we want to do is turn it on and see what she does and what she looks like. We'll determine sound and signal on a later video. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So that's some serious screen resolution. Let's go English, USA, finish. I haven't read the instructions. I'm the typical guy. Obviously, I'll go back, read the instructions. This is just for video purposes. But so far, it's pretty straightforward. Motorcycle. Actually read it. So we have all the bike info. Go to home. Source. So we have our balances, typical balance. EQs, got custom. So we have different types of EQ settings. This is a 14-band EQ, which we like a lot. Normally our builds all have digital signal processors. We build things that are far more high-end. We actually are looking at this radio due to the sound quality more than the features that all the nicks and knacks. That is a whole different concept of application. But if I went back, these are basics, your typical treble and bass, garage. I gotta read the instructions, see what this is about. It's interesting. City. So these are some standard setups. You know, low on the high end frequencies, loud on the mid ranges, and so on and so forth. I suppose if you're playing in your garage, you have no mid basses, no mid ranges. Highway, mainly vocals, so on and so forth. That's an interesting concept. Crossovers. So we have our basic crossover levels at a 12 dB. Your AP3, that's open. That means that you're open to frequency. That's interesting. That's almost as being turned off. But you have your low pass, high pass, full pass, and you have your settings. She plays as low as 63, 50, 40, interesting, 30. So she has some significant crossover settings, all the way down to 25 hertz at a 12 dB. That's very interesting. So in your high pass, so if we set up our low pass, now this is the front speakers, and there is. So we're able to determine our dB slope of where we want it. That's interesting as well. And our dB slope up to 24. We have down to 12, so that's the lowest, is 12 and 24. That's a big option right there. If you're running straight out typical coaxials, traditional coaxials, folks know that we like running the ground zero yellow baskets, so this does a lot for it. These are our rear speakers, the same thing. And if you're running a subwoofer, which we wouldn't be doing that, just using the regular crossovers of the radio. Most of the time, we're going to be flat all the way. You know, we're not, because we're going to be using a digital signal processor. So we'll have full range. We wouldn't be worrying about the crossovers. But if we were to use a traditional coaxial, then yes, I like the crossover settings, and they're pretty interesting. I'll see more once they're on the RTA. Subwoofer, you know, if you're going to run a subwoofer, obviously, you know, we're not going to run a subwoofer. Not off the radio, definitely. Automatic volume, so you can control your automatic volume if it goes up and down. Kit selection. So this is based, as I've saw and read, for Rockford kits. I will clearly always work flat if I'm not using a Rockford system, which those who know us know that we don't tend to use it at all. We use more high-end products. We would probably work off of flat and then do our own settings on the EQ as we deem necessary. So we wouldn't use none of the presets. We would work flat and we would do our preset. But let's say we went with fairing and baglets. Let's say we went with this. And now let's go and take a look at the EQ. EQ, highway, basic, the custom. So I should be able to do my own adjustments here of how I want to run that, because these are obviously presets, but I would use a custom one and work that out. And I would set up my own crossovers as I deem fit on that setting. And the EQ curve, from my understanding, this EQ curve, for what I've seen, it's a Harman house curve, very common. It's not your house curve from the OEM setting. So it's a Harman house curve, something that's used standardized throughout the industry. It's something that we almost always want to try to achieve, unless you build your own house curve. Now, once we run this on the RTA on the flat, from my understanding, I've seen somebody else do it. It's really flat. And I strongly suggest that you use that setting almost every time if you're running equipment that's not Rockford Fosgate. If you're running Rockford Fosgate, then I assume read the instructions, look at their settings. More than likely it's paired up with the radio. The radio's designed for that. So you go off of that. But in the interim, if you're not using, not in the interim, if you're not actually using a Rockford setup and you're using something else aftermarket, then work flat and set your EQs that you deem that are necessary. Like I said, I'm going through this without going through the instructions. I just want to see how it looks as first setting. Do you want auto reset? No, I don't. So it has your basic functions, right? You have your controls of your sources. If you want your source to be playing at a higher dB, higher volume or lower. So you have those basic features. Your source level, we already went through that. We already talked about the kit selection. Other than that, I don't see nothing wow that's to say it's better or not as good as the other products that are out there. I know there's some gadgets that this does not have that I'm seeing already, which is do some backgrounds. Let me see, brightness, the clock system, the language, software information. You got your headset system, your Bluetooth to set up. Mine, we already discussed the EQ. So you don't have the neat gadgets that you would have if you play, like the sound stream, that you can put a background to it. That's something I would have liked, so we can put our logo on it, but it's not a showstopper. Like I said, our intentions for this radio is sound quality, not the gadgets to it, because that's not what we do here. Let me see what else. And so far that's it for now. Once we get everything set up, we'll continue with the video. You know, I still got to bring out the computer, the RTA, we got to connect. There's just several things that we have to do to look at the things that we want to look at. That video will follow soon. Other than that, so far so good. The resolution's amazing. I know the camera is not able to project what I'm seeing. I'm very impressed with it. It's very hi-fi. The definition, it's really, really amazing of how it looks. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's not a circus radio. How about that? I suppose that's the way to say it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's give you great quality. Well, we hope that gives us great quality sound. And then we'll come back to that.